Hello students, today I am going to demonstrate the first practical of inorganic preparation of BSc 3rd semester 5th, that is preparation of tetraamine copper sulfate monohydrate. Aim of our practical is preparation of tetraamine copper sulfate monohydrate, that is CuNH3 by 4 SO4 H2O. The theory behind this experiment is this tetraamine copper sulfate monohydrate is a common complex salt of the composition CuNH3 by 4 SO4 H2O. It is also called as the coordination compound as it involves central metal ion copper to which 4 NH3 ligands are attached. It is prepared by the action of excess of ammonia to that of the aqueous solution of the copper sulfate. When we add excess of ammonia in that of the aqueous solution of copper sulfate, first we get white precipitate of the cupric hydroxide, which is completely dissolves when we add excess of ammonia to that of the solution, which gives a clear deep blue solution. This solution of the complex compound, it was then precipitated by adding ethyl alcohol as it is insoluble in that of the alcohol. Now the reaction: copper sulfate pentahydrate reacted with that of the excess of ammonia gives complex compound, that is CuNH3 by 4 SO4 H2O. The apparatus which are used during the preparation, they are 100 ml beaker, funnel, measuring cylinder, glass rod and watch glass. The chemicals that we used, they are crystalline copper sulfate pentahydrate, which is a blue colored crystalline solid. It is also known as blue vitriol, liquor ammonia and ethyl alcohol. Now the procedure of this preparation. First of all, we have to weigh 1 gram of copper sulfate pentahydrate and dissolve in that of the minimum quantity of distilled water, near about 5 ml of distilled water in that of the 100 ml beaker, and it was completely dissolved with the help of that of the glass rod. When the solid compound is completely dissolves in that of the distilled water, then we are going to add liquor ammonia drop by drop with constant stirring. If you observe here, when initially we add NH3 in that of the blue color solution of copper sulfate, we get white precipitate of that of the cupric hydroxide here. Now, when we add excess of ammonia, we continuously add NH3 till this white precipitate of the cupric hydroxide was completely dissolves, and what we get a clear intense blue colored solution. When we get such type of the clear solution, then we add slowly near about 5 to 6 ml of the ethanol with constant stirring with the help of glass rod, and this reaction mixture is now allowed to stand for that of the half an hour. After standing for half an hour, if you observe here at the bottom of the beaker, we get the precipitate of the complex compound. Now this precipitate is filtered with the help of the filter paper and funnel. After filtration, the PPT in that of the filter paper, it was washed with the little amount of ethyl alcohol. Now this precipitate of the complex compound, it was then dried in that of the oven. After drying, the product that we get is a long needle shaped crystals of the complex compound, that is tetraamine copper sulfate monohydrate. It was then weighed with the help of weighing machine. After weighing, now the observation. Here is the weight of copper sulfate that we taken is 1 gram, and weight of product after weighing, that is called as the experimental yield. It may be 0.8 or 0.9. Nextly, calculation. We have to determine the percent yield of product. It was determined by using the formula experimental yield divided by theoretical yield into 100. Experimental yield is the yield of, that is the weight of the product that we get after drying and weighing, and theoretical yield is determined by the formula given here. 1 gram, that is 1 gram of copper sulfate, that is weight of that of the reactant. The reactant that we use here is the copper sulfate pentahydrate, and we take 1 gram of that of the copper sulfate pentahydrate for the preparation into molecular weight of that of the product. Molecular weight of product, that is complex compound, is about 245.74 gram, divided by molecular weight of reactant, that is molecular weight of copper sulfate pentahydrate, it is 249.5. After multiplication and division, the theoretical yield that we get is 0.99 gram. Put down the value of theoretical yield in that of the formula and put down the experimental yield that we get after weighing of that of the product into 100, we get the percent. Lastly, result. The percent yield of tetraamine copper sulfate is, after calculation, the percent yield may be 80% or 90%. That depend upon how much product you get. Then the structure of our complex is, the geometry of complex is square planar geometry. As 4 NH3 ligands, they are attached to the central metal ion, that is copper dipositive ion. So the geometry is square planar geometry, and the hybridization of the copper is dsp2 hybridization. Here a ball and stick structure is represented. In this case, the red color ball is here, that is copper dipositive, to which 4 nitrogen atoms of 4 ammonia ligand, they are attached. It is represented by, given by that of the blue colored balls. And this one is the hydrate molecule, and here the sulfate molecule is given. So that's all about the experiment. I repeated the procedure of the practical again shortly. That first of all, you have to take 1 gram of copper sulfate pentahydrate, dissolve in minimum or little amount of distilled water, near about 5 ml of distilled water. Dissolve it with the help of glass rod completely. What we get the sky blue color solution, to which we add drop by drop liquid ammonia. First of all, we observe the white precipitate of that of the cupric hydroxide. With the continuous addition of excess of ammonia, this white precipitate is completely dissolves, and we get the clear intense blue color solution. When we get such type of the clear intense blue color solution, we add 5 ml of ethyl alcohol with constant stirring, and this reaction mixture was stand for that of the half an hour. After half an hour, we observe here the precipitate of that of the complex compound is settled down at the bottom of that of the beaker. You have to filter it with the help of filter paper and funnel, and this PPT in that of the filter paper, it was washed with that of the little amount of ethyl alcohol. After drying, the product that we get is the long needle shaped crystals of that of the complex compound. Then weigh it. After weighing, we get the experimental yield here. From this, we can calculate the percent yield of that of the product with this formula. Okay, so hope students you understand this experiment. Thank you.